Ava had always admired him from afar. He was her best friend's brother, and she secretly hoped that he would notice her someday. She was shy and quiet, but he was outgoing and popular. She thought he was perfect. But he was a monster in human disguise. He had a twisted mind and a cruel heart. He enjoyed hurting others, especially those who were weaker than him. He had no remorse, no empathy, no conscience. She didn't know the truth about him. She didn't know that he was a psychopath who had killed animals for fun when he was a child. She didn't know that he had abused and manipulated many girls before her.
She didn't know that he had a sick obsession with his sister, and that he hated anyone who came close to her. He knew about her feelings for him, and he decided to use them against her. One day, he asked her out. She couldn't believe it. She was overjoyed and nervous at the same time. She agreed to meet him at a nearby cafe after school. She wore her favorite dress and put on some makeup. She wanted to look beautiful for him. She waited for him at the cafe, but he didn't show up. She checked her phone, but there was no message from him. She felt a pang of disappointment, but she decided to wait a little longer. Maybe he was stuck in traffic, or had some urgent work to do.
She didn't notice the man who approached her from behind. He wore a hooded jacket and a mask. He carried a bottle in his hand. He grabbed her by the hair and threw the liquid on her face. She screamed in agony as the acid burned her skin. She fell to the ground, clutching her face. She heard him say, "This is what you get for trying to steal my brother from me." He ran away, leaving her in pain and shock. People rushed to help her, but it was too late. The acid had done its damage. Her face was disfigured beyond recognition. Her eyes were blinded. Her dreams were shattered. She survived, but she wished she hadn't. She had to live with the scars and the trauma for the rest of her life. She had to face the pity and the horror of others.
She had to endure the guilt and the anger of her best friend, who blamed her for ruining her brother's life. He was arrested and sentenced to prison, but that didn't make her feel any better. He had taken away everything from her. He had destroyed her happiness and her future. She had loved him, but he had hated her.